Hey, hi.
Hi, guys.
Hi. Welcome to another Legions Lounge, episode 33, where we talk all things Mythic Legions, Cosmic Legions, Figure Obscura, customs and other Mythic Legions, action figures, and other stuff. We are your hosts. My name is Trevor, 16shooter on Instagram. My co-hosts are Head of the Dork Lair on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, Bill Dranowski. And the talented toy photographer Nate Strong, Corona 4 on the grams. What's up, Nate? What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Good.
We're back.
What do we all got for shirts? I didn't pick up one of those shirts, man. Nate, I gotta get
matching
one of those.
you, Trevor.
I can't believe
I'm matching you.
Yeah, baby. Staff.
Oh yeah, I didn't get that either, Nate. That's awesome.
This was great, man. The game, I stood there for about 10-15 minutes, and I was watching one of the cutscenes, and it looked awesome.
Yeah,
I didn't get to play the game. That's another next year, man. Lessons learned. I just got to spend that setup night, like really, like not worrying so much about having everything in place, because we had some time the day before or the day of to set up a little bit, and I could have spent some more time walking around and just talking with
Plus
people.
while you're
did, but wasn't enough.
While you're just standing behind your table, like there's time to rearrange and organize, and
that's it. Yeah, I mean that's
all day
it.
long.
Like it
Right?
didn't have to be picture perfect because I walked in the next day. I mean, we had time that day too to walk around and see people, but it felt a little more, people were like really trying to like. People came in that day, like I think Steph came in that morning and just set his stuff up like Saturday morning. So like he wasn't there the night before. So there were some people still doing setups and stuff like that. But I was really, I don't know, I was picturing that Friday being very relaxing and people just like it. It was a little it was a little more chaotic and time consuming than I expected.
And we did an hour plus show that night too, right?
Yeah,
that was so fun.
Friday night.
Friday? That was Friday night. Yeah, that was Friday night.
And that I gotta say that was so much fun. Just like sitting
really
in the same room, just like hanging out.
I know.
With like actual people there with us and stuff.
It was kind of cool having a studio
live studio audience, right?
I mean, I wish we had. I did think about like bringing a mic and stuff like that, but I'm like, we'll get by. I kind of figured we'd be sitting in the hall or something like that, doing it behind the table or something like that. I didn't even think about the rooms and if they'd be available, which was great. But I love the way My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me guys did theirs. It sounded fantastic having a live studio audience. But it was great, man. Yeah, people hanging out, people online. It was a lot of fun. I thank anybody who showed up for that thing. I don't know what the hell we said. I was a little half in the bag, but I think we went through the wave, and I think we did a pretty decent overview of it.
But yeah, that made that 10:30 cutoff that night come real quick. I think it was Gerard was walking around going, "Okay, guys, got to get out." I'm like, "Wait, what?"
That's true. That's true. Maybe we saved that for Saturday. I just wanted to jump on it because I was just really excited about the wave and the way it looked and stuff. So it was cool. Before we get to anything else here, take a second. Only takes a second to smash the like button. Helps us out, lets people know what's happening. If you're not subscribed, please consider it. Hit that bell to be notified when we do live shows. Our schedule's all effed up at this point. But, maybe we'll do 2 in a row. Maybe we'll get back to, every other week. I kind of got to get back on that schedule for myself. But, if something comes up, we'll jump in maybe with a show. So hit the bell and you will never miss us. Nate, who's in the chat tonight?
We got a good crowd already, starting with
70 people already. Nice.
Yeah. Mike Casper, what's going on? Tyler Scott, David Smith, Jacob Forna.
I think I said Dave Orkin earlier. I don't know why he's not showing up in this, but I think he was.
I didn't see him right up at the top, but Tyler Scott's got an interesting comment here. I'm coming out of Dark Ages after selling off my Legions collection about a year ago. Thanks to Necronominus. Let's not let that happen again. Glad you're back, Tyler. We got Cullen, Toy Culprits. There's Dave, Orkin, Bearded Builds, Braku Prime. Phil is so cool meeting you. Death by Mexico. Curtis is with us. Zombie 13. Curtis. Michael Woods. Adrian Jones. Let's see. David Williams. I got to stop on his name super quick. I don't know if you guys seen it. Sean Scavarna started that art thing in the Cabal, where you can do sketches or any kind of different art. And David already pumped one out of Necronominus. It's amazing.
Really?
So,
let me open it up.
You guys gotta check that out.
Here. Hang on a second.
Mindless Focus, Omar V, Disavowed Action, Eric LeBron, what's going on, buddy? Axel Soria, Winger Lose, Black Hole Comics, Yo Delicious, Joe Gonzalez, Elijah Baker, Laura.
Alves.
My goodness, we got a lot. Fighting Code Names, Nestor V, Fabster. Just Jesse, what's up, buddy? Dervish. Michael Xavier, what's going on, buddy?
Fabster's on here.
Josh
I think he's coming over to the side, man. We got soft goods. I told him I've been like all over his shit.
Came in with a stream raid.
Nice, thank you.
Logo finished up his stream and brought his crew over, but
awesome.
Probably did. I missed his stream tonight. I'm usually on there, either lurking or jumping in, but yeah, I didn't have a chance to watch it tonight.
Rick Emmert, Fabian's Finest.
Catch the replay though.
Adrian Jones, Fortimus Maximus, Spars. Man, I think I've caught everybody.
Okay.
And our first super chat from Adrian Jones.
I like the silence because there was no comment. You got to put a comment in, Adrian.
Beautiful.
Come on.
Yeah, man.
But thank you so much.
Comment, Adrian. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Just support is cool, but like, you know, I don't know, say something, man. But
Louis,
appreciate it, man.
Yeah. We got a bunch of people, and if I miss you, I'm so sorry. But thank you, everybody.
Fabster's the man. Yo, Fabster. Fabi's killing it, man. Inside joke. Sort of inside joke. Yeah, I got a little bit of a cough. I was just telling the guys that I did actually test positive a couple days ago for COVID. Yay. But I tested negative today, so super mild. I mean, I only went in because I had like a mild cough. I just felt a little, weak on Tuesday, and I figured I'd better check it out. This whole thing, we got a wedding to go to on Saturday, so I just want to make sure where I was. But negative today, not too bad. Nice. You guys didn't get anything. You guys are good. You just got a little cough, con crud or whatever. As far as you know,
definitely had the crud. Yeah, I tested negative on I think Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Today's the first day I've actually felt back to kind of normal. Saturday I was out doing some yard work for maybe an hour and a half, and I felt like I had mono or something. I went to bed like at 2 p.m. for a few hours, but said negative, so I'm gonna go with that.
All right, yeah.
And yeah, I was feeling pretty like run down, but like super mild, and I tested negative. But like it's sometimes, I mean, I drank a lot that weekend.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes hard to tell if it's like just a bad hangover for me or if it's like a cold, because when I get bad hangovers, they last for days. And they're they get very up into my sinuses and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I have some kind of like allergies sometimes in the fall. And so it's like, it's really hard to tell, but I definitely tested negative. So I just had a mild cold or something, I think.
Oh, the alcohol.
I wouldn't know. I didn't have
brought everybody's.
I mean,
oh no. Yeah, I know. I could tell you were dry. You were totally
dry. Cheers, Ackerman. I'm so happy Mythic Mondays are back. And we're so happy.
God, it was so great hanging with Curtis, man.
Wasn't that the best?
Such a nice dude, man. Just like the sweetest guy. Love that dude. Everybody, man. Again, like I'm gonna reiterate that I said before, even going into this one, from the last one, and anytime you hang out, there's no assholes, man. Like everybody's great. It's so great just to hang out with people, man. And meet people, Braku, like you said, got to see him, and people I've seen before, which are it's fantastic to see them again. But just people you've never met before, and like Figure Fan Nate was there, and awesome. I feel like we'd met before. Like I don't know, you see people on YouTube all the time, and you're like, I know that dude. Like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
So it was great, man.
You watch my show, I watch your show. Nice to see you again.
Exactly. I thought you were a lot taller.
Yeah. Well, Nate is tall.
I know. I thought he was shorter. I didn't realize he was that tall.
He's real tall, yeah.
Rob Samora, $4.99. I tested positive on Saturday. Yeah, it's still gone. Balls, man. On the bright side, I got my LegionsCon exclusives in the mail today. Sweet.
Oh, wow. Those came quick.
Awesome. That was fast. So you managed to get some.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Covetous was secret Legion.
Covetous. Yeah. That's good. I like that. Yeah.
Another guy that was so great to finally meet too, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin was fantastic, man. Took some fantastic pictures too throughout the whole show.
He sure did. Awesome coverage.
I got this picture right here. Hold on. We were at the I think it was the book panel.
Mm-hmm.
And some guy turns around in front of me and just quietly hands me this photograph.
That's so cool.
Right, so here. Cool. Beautiful.
So nice.
That sun.
I just love getting, getting a photograph. You don't get that much anymore,
Right.
Actually print.
Speaking of exclusives, we are actually giving away tonight a Daith, the unknown one.
I had no idea
or the unknown one, those, depending on which side you look at. And that, I'm not making fun. That shit happens. I'm in graphic design. That's happened more times than I want to.
That's an easy word to like.
It's dude. I looked at it like 3 times, and I'm sitting here looking at it now, and I'm like, wait, no, it's right. Oh, okay, I get it. I see it. So we'll be doing this fairly soon. I think we're just going to talk a little bit about LegionsCon, which we're already doing.
Yeah.
Before we get into the math stuff and really start crunching numbers and stuff like that.
Cool.
So we'll do a giveaway like right in the middle before we jump into that stuff.
Hey to Steph Delatour. Awesome to see him.
Yeah, always. And his wife, which was awesome. He and the wife got away. Just had a baby, so that's tough to do. But the in-laws were watching the little tyke, which is cool. That was an interesting thing. Like, so he and Eric Miller and a couple, the Strupps work together, so they're kind of all in it. But it was interesting to see people's wives there. You know what I mean? And, I'm just thinking like my wife would just, it's not her thing. You know what I mean? It's just not, I don't think I could make her, listen, she would support if I needed her to be there for some reason. I'm sure she would sit there behind the booth. Go ahead. Yeah, he takes these pictures. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, it was cool. That was great. People hanging out,
right on
together. Kind of new legions. Can anyone describe briefly why they really like them? Oh, briefly. Okay.
What show are we on?
I cannot find this Necronominus art. So if you can find it, Nate, and you want to pop it up, I did a quick search for David's
I looked
name
at too. I couldn't
find it. So
all right, let me see if I can find it real quick.
Maybe it was just on his personal thing.
Did he post it on his own feed?
No, it's under Sean's thing. Maybe that's why.
Okay. Maybe it's in. Oh, it's in a thread.
Yeah, it's on Sean Scarvana's.
Okay, gotcha.
Maybe it's in a thread. Yeah.
Ooh, we're getting echoes. Echo. Big time delay.
That's weird.
We good now? Okay. How can we briefly describe why we like them? I love fantasy stuff, so that's what I'm into them for. It's one reason. I love the designs. I love the way they move. They're not Mafex articulation, but they're you can get a lot out of them. They're pretty incredible. We were just talking about the Mezco Death Dealer, and quite frankly, I'd rather be posing a Mythic Legion than posing this thing. It's a little.
There's a lot going on with this figure.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
A lot of stuff to deal with.
I love the price point they come in at. I love the variety of sizes. I love the lore now at this point. When I first got into it, I was like, they're just going to be my, my D&D characters, my whatever I want. But I really do like the stories now. So, and the community. I mean, let's not leave that out. I mean, it's just fantastic. I mean, it's not necessarily a reason to start collecting a line, but it's a nice bonus. You know what I mean? To not have a lot of consternation and angst and stuff in the community. I mean, we have our share of things, but like for the most part, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think the way they release the figures and that they do timed pre-orders with plenty of opportunity to buy them, and if you miss it, you either just weren't collecting them at the time, or you couldn't afford it, or you skipped it, or like there's ample opportunity to pre-order these. You do have here and there like these exclusives, but they're going to get a regular release. Like it's a line that like once you're into it, it's just very, very collector friendly. And so I think that helps a lot with the community, in that like, there are things to complain about, but it's not like the way Mezco is. There's like a lot of wild cards in Mezco. There's a lot of wild cards in Hasbro. There's a lot of like just crazy variables, and speaking of math, right? Like in all these other toy lines, and there a lot of that stuff kind of like fades away with Legions because it's just this very consistent thing. So it's like you kind of like what you're getting into with Legions, and I think that helps a lot with
and
that,
there's
like,
transparency too. Thing. Yeah, there's transparency too on the idea that the guys are right there. I mean, CB's in the groups talking, and they're accessible. They're not behind a wall. They're not just the marketing face, and that's all you see. And there's invisible suit guys sitting up there saying raise the prices. You know what I mean? Like you see it, and these guys gotta face that. And they. It's great. I mean, having accessibility to a company like that is fantastic, and having excuse me, this kind of quality, this much stuff, this kind of community built up around a line like this that has no media, as of today behind it, is pretty amazing. Though we will have a game and we will have a book, and who the hell knows what else we'll have fairly soon.
Before we get to these super chats, I just want to point this one out. Matt, the exclusives will be getting a regular release early next year, probably. And the only difference will be the packaging and the extra head. So the Adaith, the unknown one, won't come with the skull, and then the two pack is going to be separated out into two separate figures, and neither of those is going to come with the cat head. But
so you'll get this head, you won't get the skull head, and it'll come in a Varg type box, more of a blister pack, collector friendly, open up the back, put it back type of thing. This won't come in these boxes.
Normal package.
They're tape sealed if they're a mint in box person. I mean, there's that aspect to it, and I know that a lot of people had some, issues when they started doing that stuff, but it's not like they're not completely accessible. You know what I mean? And I get that some people have a completist mentality. I'm a little bit that way myself.
But at this point, I got a point about that. Like at this point,
go ahead.
If you have the completist mentality, getting your hands on these exclusives is like it's even in the aftermarket is like one of the easiest things to do compared to like all those old figures, like trying to get those like crazy old ones.
Right.
It doesn't even compare.
It's not hard. There are people, again, back to the community. There are people. Who's it? Is it Lenny? Who from Kingpin Customs?
Yeah.
Yep.
He put up some of the My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me, the Furious 4 the other day for like $125, like $25 over, his cost. I don't know if that was plus shipping or whatever, but I mean, great price. And he had a bunch of them. I mean, they sold out quick, but like there are people willing to help you There were people that were able to get things, and I think knowing that this is a couple of years in a row now that there was plenty of the exclusives at the show, and people were able to get more than the 2 that were stated. So I think the next year, I think it's going to be a lot more people that will hopefully be willing to pick up some stuff for people who can't make it to the show and stuff like that.
For sure.
Yeah, I
have some for people that I know that couldn't make it, but
I have a little plan for next year. A little plan. What I'm going to try to do is form
What's up, Keith?
a little army of 1 extras, a little army of people just willing to later in the day just buy 1 extra and post it to the Cabal.
Yeah.
Just everybody, just get as many people as you can to buy 1 extra and post it to the Cabal for the con price plus shipping, and just be that, like, just do that favor in the Cabal. And if you can flood the Cabal,
hashtag 1 extra. There you go.
If you can flood the Cabal with enough people reselling it at retail at the con price, you're going to set the market price. Yeah. And the other people are going to have to follow suit and drop in on their prices, or they're not going to sell their stuff.
That's what
love it.
Great idea. A critical mass of people doing that. I think it will actually have a real impact.
Yeah, because you're really reaching the audience that you want to reach. You know what I mean? Like, yes, there are people on eBay searching eBay for this stuff, but join the Cabal, man. And it's not like you don't need much of an incentive to join the Cabal, but that'll be a great incentive. You know what I mean? Like, just to be there and be able to get this stuff and not have to go on eBay. And certainly there are people there to, buying a ticket, to scalp. But I didn't see a lot of that. I gotta say, like, for the most part, I don't know if. Yeah, but
it wasn't like a ton.
Yeah,
but not
some of those wagons were for their own collection.
Not for the exclusives necessarily, but for the Legion table. Which we'll talk a little bit about that, but let me get to some of these super chat. I want to say
before you do, I found this. Let me pop this up.
Okay.
Oh, there's David's art.
Very cool, man. Holy crap.
Yeah, like
nice.
If I could
David, is that somebody's tattoo? He's a tattoo artist, man. Like that.
But he's captured like the end of the scythe and just the detail on the bones, and
amazing.
And this was quick. I think Sean just set up.
It's a great. It's a great like amalgam of Nate's illustrative work. You know what I mean? It's like where it's very flowy and stuff, and the actual figure, which has a little more, structure to it. You know what I mean? Which is really cool. Beautiful, man. Holy crap!
Great work,
really,
David.
really nice.
So but keep your eye out for Sean's post, because that went out to all artists. So I'm sure a lot of people.
I'd love to. I got to start drawing again, man. I really got to. Just wanted to shout out Miss Jessen, Keithlin. She did a lot of the work on this too. It's always CJ getting the call outs, but Keithlin does a lot of work on this stuff. So I know she did the what is it called? The Bishop's, not Carapace. What is it called? Something like that.
Comparison, right?
Comparison. Yeah. Which is stunning. I don't exactly know how they split the work, but I know that she had a lot to do with it, and as she does with other waves. Talented couple.
Awesome work. Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
So,
sorry, man.
That's your job. I just want to make sure we're not missing these.
Yeah.
So.
No, hell no. Curtis Ackerman with $4.99. This wave is a love letter to customizers. It's like they threw the tooling budget out the window. Yeah. It's going back to what we were talking about on the last live. I think I don't remember much.
Yeah, it was. I've talked to people like Jason B. Michael today. We're going back and forth a little bit on IG, and he's not a huge, Mythics guy. But he said I would get this whole wave, and he goes, I wouldn't even have to shoot them. I just like them so much. I just want them on my shelf. Yeah. That's how it speaks volumes. So
yeah, they're awesome looking toys. A skeleton horse. Who doesn't want a skeleton horse? And that again, yeah, sure, you can use that a couple times. We talked about. I do remember us talking about this. Like you could do a glow in the dark version or something like that. Boy, I hope they do that. But still, it's going to be a skeleton horse. There's really not, much else you can do with that. It's a skeleton horse. So, Nestor. Oh, hey man, what's going on? The amount of customs I see on Facebook and in LegionsCon was amazing. So much talent. Oh yeah, I've always wanted to get into customizing painting. Any tips? Any good YouTube channels to learn? Yeah, I mean, Jeremy Gerard. If you go on to Mythic Customs, if you go on to and it's Mythic Conversations.
Mythic Customs. Yeah. Mythic Customs is his YouTube channel. That's the channel to subscribe to.
Right. And Mythic Conversations is the show, but then he has some shows about painting and stuff like that. Nikki Nicole's got videos on Instagram. She's got a whole library of stuff, which is awesome. So you can just go on Instagram, and they're a little bit shorter, maybe like a 15-minute to 15-20 minute tutorial. Excellent.
Go up into her there. Like pinned. Is that what they're called? Where you have the circles at the top, like all
you can actually go to the reels or shows
or the video. Yeah.
Yeah, and there should be like a show. I think it's called like, I don't know what she calls it, but it's little tutorials. Not hard to find.
Awesome stuff.
The Wolf Den. Curtis has been hosting our own our own patron Curtis Ackerman has been hosting some. And wait a minute, who are the the other guys that are hosting there too? Jesus, you're gonna hate me.
In the Wolf Den?
They've been doing their own show. Somebody help me out.
Is it Jesse Arnold's show?
No, not Jesse Arnold. But Jesse Arnold has some people on, but they're not strictly talking about tutorials. Jesus.
I don't know, I'm blanking myself.
Terrible. I'm blanking. But anyway, the Wolf Den. The Wolf Den not only has, if you join that, that's Wolf King Customs Facebook group. They not only have some videos that they do every once in a while, some lives. Curtis, I think it's every Sunday or every Sunday that he can make it, starts a room there for people who are just sitting there painting. I joined a couple weeks ago, and it was great because you can actually sit there and do it and just ask these guys who know what the hell they're doing questions, man. It's fantastic. So get involved with that. It's great.
Yep. Just, get on the Cabal. And I mean, there's tons of info on there. People helping each other out all the time. So, yep. Thanks, Nestor. Sure.
Thank you, Nestor. Appreciate it.
Elijah Baker.
Elijah, what's up? Good name. Been checking all the LegionCon videos and pics. So much fun. You reckon we'll ever get an all goblins wave? Gobas are my fave. Another London guy. Cool, man. We had so much fun hanging out with
Sir Elijah.
That's right. Exactly. Hanging out with the UK guys.
It was a blast.
LegionsCon is great. We're gonna try and get those guys on for like an international show. Do I reckon we'll ever get a full-on goblins wave? Never say never. I don't think it'll be a total goblins wave, but it could be a combo goblins v somebody else. There's going to be some different things going on now that all the horsemen are
goblins,
out.
Goblins elves waves would be
elves waves would be fantastic. Yeah, actually,
I know they've done the elf faction and the goblin faction already.
Yes,
in these horseman waves, but if they do something a little different, I think that would be cool.
That would be a lot of fun. I could see them heavying up maybe in an all-stars. You've got the ones that people vote for, and then they here's a few more goblins or something.
Right. Yeah, the goblins and the dwarves don't get a lot of love. I don't understand why. I mean, they're great figures. There's so many goblin figures.
Oh, we got a ton of great. Goblins are
there's so many goblins. I have to agree. I don't think there are enough dwarves. Even though if you add them up, there are quite a few, but I don't think there are enough. So that'd be cool. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Never say never, man. But I'm sure there's plenty more goblins to come. You can do anything with the design for those things. You know what I mean? We just got like a 2.0 version, and you can do so much with them. They're great.
And David Smith says, just make your own. He's been making a bunch on his own. They're great work, but there's a ton of third-party sculpts that are a blast.
Yeah.
I want to give a quick shout out to One Stop Toy Shop.
Hey, what's up, man?
Awesome dude.
Sure.
Great store. Check out his shop. He's got deluxe Legion builders right now. I don't know if it's everything, but he's got them for like 45 shipped straight up. So
nice. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll jump over to One Stop Toy Shop and take a look at some of those. In terms of what we're talking about tonight, in terms of costs, and this is not to, what we're talking about tonight is like I saw a few comments, within Facebook or Instagram, whatever. Things like people saying, I don't give my money out interest free a year in advance. And I get the sentiment, you know what I mean? And this is the kind of stuff we're going to talk about. We're not jumping into it quite yet. I want to do the giveaway, and then we'll jump into this. But just taking a look at the math, and it's not even to dissuade anybody from waiting, because if you got to wait, you got to wait, man. And our retailers, we need to keep them, in business as well. And there's always, I'm telling you, you get, even I do it all the time myself. Like, at least I used to. You get it all in. I'll get a few extras of these guys, and then you get a taste. You know what I mean? And if you're not on the East Coast, we're going to talk about that too. But a place where you can pick up some more Legions, you inevitably want more, and you're going to jump to, an Empire Toy Stop, a one-stop toy shop, your BBTS if you have to, although that's probably the highest priced place. There's give and take on each one of those things, but you're going to want more. You're just going to want more. So there's always room for the retailers, for sure. All right, let's, what else do we have? Like, wrapping up, like LegionsCon and Necronominus. What was your favorite?
Did you guys want to share any like pickups or anything? Like,
yeah, we could do pickups.
Maybe a couple things. Like,
yeah,
go ahead. Yeah,
let's say while you're lining that stuff up, my sort of takeaway. I mean, among a ton of stuff, but I just was thinking about last year when I went. I spent a ton of time kind of with my head down, looking at people's art, looking at their tables. I didn't know as many people then, right? Mm-hmm. This year I did the opposite. I think I was just socializing like crazy because there's so many people you wanted to see and talk to. Even though I buzzed around a bunch and I did buy quite a few things, I still feel like I didn't really take the time to really peruse over everyone's art nice and slow. So it's like almost, next year kind of, strike that perfect balance if possible. But anyways, that was never one of my thoughts.
There's never a perfect balance. I felt the same way, Nate. Like last year I actually walked around and I was kind of, like you said, you keep your head down on the table and it's like, oh, hey, how you doing? Yeah, good to meet you. And this year it was just like, whoa, what's up, dude?
Right, exactly.
And it's like, oh, you got stuff for sale. Yeah. Let me look. Okay, great. Oh, I got to get back to my table. You know what I mean? So like, hopefully next year we'll take care of that on that Friday. There was stuff I wanted to pick up from people, forgot to. There was stuff that I wanted to look at, more closely and pick something out. And, but, it was still great. I got some great stuff that I'm super happy with. My Rich Kai's figures are already on the shelf because they were singles, but they're awesome. I'll pull one out. Nate, would you pick up? You got some pickups?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Where do I start? I guess got a few handy right here. I love this the set from Strupp Family Crafts. The soft goods. This was
I wish I'd gotten that.
A sword. I'm still not.
Oh, that is really nice.
Sure, but I just put them on a Black Knight, and the sword was from
it looks good on the Black
Venice Derby. It's a great set. I may
you should paint that. You should paint that right arm gold. So then you got black gold. Right?
Love it.
Right. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Speaking of black gold from this guy named 16 Shooter, I picked up this head sculpt that.
Oh wow!
So nice
That's beautiful
to gift me. That's fantastic, and I pretty much ripped off your recipe for the figure. I was just so struck by it. It's awesome.
I am going to be picking up some more of those shields, those big lion shields.
A couple more. I was walking this, talk about when you're walking by, and I kind of did a little whiplash. And I'd seen this, but until I saw it in person, it really grabbed me. Was a piece by the Alpha Lord Bashadi himself. This head sculpt.
Oh, damn.
Painting was amazing. It matches this body like perfectly.
Wow. Yeah, he's great with the flesh tones, man, and
so
matching
good.
that
up. Just a couple.
Hey, just real quick, we got 123 people in here, which is awesome.
That is awesome.
Just take 1 second and hit that like. Appreciate it, and we'll right back to our show.
Yes. Super fast. I got to shout out Noah Pratt, this head sculpt. I got a couple from him. Amazing. Cool. I had to, knowing that Anthony Houseel risks his life
Trevor bread.
I had to go home with one of these.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. He risks his life for those, so you have to have one.
I got some awesome pieces from our boy Steph.
I am so happy with that ice mallet,
awesome.
man.
So
it
good.
Made my figure, man. The ice giant that I have.
Eric Miller piece. This is absolutely amazing.
Gorgeous. Oh damn. Oh, it's one of those. Yeah. Sabadom.
Incredible. I've got to get it on a figure. I've got some great stuff from Yemel.
Woo, that's me.
Nice.
Dennis Derby. Great head. I grabbed a bunch of things. These are in kind of pre-paint mode, just getting some stuff on them from
Von Burke.
From Von Burke. Yeah, so I gotta shout out our Michigan boy, Alexander. He does some great fountains. Some Carver Customs lights. Yeah, I mean, it was a great haul. among obviously the exclusives. And one more thing I wanted to show too. This from Anthony Noble Bear. This I still got to paint him up, but it's this little dragon that kind of fits on a glove, like the falcons that we have.
Oh damn, that's freaking great, man.
Pretty fun, yeah. So anyways,
cool. Let me unbiggen you here. David, I'm looking that up where those shields are from. Jesus. Mine like a sieve, man. Bill,
I have a hard time keeping track of like the original sculptor and stuff. But
yeah, I bought some stuff that I bought some stuff that I was passing around to people. Like, is this yours? Because I don't remember where I bought this. I love it. I think I actually do know who did it, but go ahead, Bill.
So he, Nate mentioned the strups, and I got the vampire cape.
Nah,
and
that's right. Wow. It looks great.
I just like it underneath this thing, right underneath this collar. It works well. Yep. But it's so shiny, and it's just such a cool cape. I love it so much.
So shiny.
And then let's see. There's a gift from Dennis Derby right here. Got a armored chainmail
beautiful
head sculpt right here.
Nice.
For a knight. And then a couple more head sculpts. These, so I think this might be Von Burke, but it was painted by Eric Miller.
Yeah.
This is, I did a little pre-buying for Cosmic when I was there.
Yeah, good idea.
So this is one of my pre-Cosmic buys. And, like Nate was saying, Eric Miller's so good. And then this is another Eric Miller. And I think this is Sebadom sculpt. Maybe.
I believe so.
Yes, that's Sebadom.
Planetary, yep.
But speaking, and my lights aren't great, but speaking of just awesome skin tones and paint jobs, like this is so good. Eric Miller. And then it's literally still in the box because I just have such a mess. I don't want to break it out yet until I'm a little more organized. But my one big purchase was a diorama from Crashbox. So I got
nice.
Yeah, nice. And I got the full set with the sides and the walls. It's the complex, the airlock,
the space. Yeah, it's a great set, man. You can't go wrong with that. You can. I mean, the great thing about I love about that is
opening with the sliding doors,
and you can configure that so many ways. Like you can really. I've put it upside down. I put them sideways in the background. Out of focus and stuff, and it still works. You can do so much stuff.
Cool.
Looks like that's awesome.
Eric Miller just joined too. What's up, Eric?
Oh, what's up, man?
We were just talking about
Jonathan Hedgehogs here. Cool.
I got a head from Eric Miller. It was a kind of an orc. I'm sorry, it was painted like a Fury orc, but it had like that split, like the skin had been taken off of here, and the empty nose, and
I know which one that is.
I don't know whose sculpt it is. I feel like it's a my action figure custom sculpt, but I don't know who sculpted it. But he did a beautiful job. And I've already got it on a Fury Orc with my Fury Orc collection.
I love Eric's presentation too. How he has this great wax seal with his logo.
I know, right? It's like so totally
cool.
Like perfect for the
excellent presentation
collector. This is the one. I don't know if this is Emil's too, man. I might have picked this up. It might be Emma's.
I'm almost positive that's him. Yeah.
I think it is. And I think that I just picked that up initially. I did pick up 2 customs from Rich. This being one of them. I am on a Fury Orc tear. And if you bring a Fury Orc next year custom, I might just buy it. So, I want to try and get a Fury Orc from like everybody who's doing stuff.
Yeah, speaking of everybody, it's like I wanted to buy something from everyone. Not only just to support them, but their art was amazing. But you just it's impossible.
Oh, it's a Brian Burke sculpt. Oh, that's right. That's right. It is. Oh, right. Yep. Sweet. I do remember that now. Yep. Doug Dollmaker. Doug. So this is.
That's incredible.
I don't know if he wants his last name out there, but like, cause he makes some incredible dolls. I mean, before he started into this line, he makes some incredible stuff. These pumpkins that I bought one from him a couple of years ago, and they're just amazing craftsmanship, man.
He's so expressive,
he's a genius. And this I saw this on the Cabal, and I was like, oh my god, I got to make one of these things. And then I saw it at the Wolfkin Customs booth, and I asked Len, I'm like, is he selling that? He's like, I think he's selling it. Just talk to him. So he did sell it. And this isn't even, I love this head, but there's another head that comes with, which is even cooler, I think. It's beautiful. I mean, just a beautiful figure. Super happy to have that.
That is sick.
And then,
Eric LeBron says, I hate you, Trevor, for buying my Centaur. Shame, in all caps. Tell you, man, a lot of this was timing. You had to be at the right place, right time.
Little flex.
Whoa.
Little flex.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, again, like I said it in the Cabal, but I mean, I think this is Emil Wickman.
Who?
I think it's Emil, I believe. It's
he's
Emil from Sweden.
But yeah.
Emil.
Yeah, everybody knows Emil.
You can't say it, so I just say Emil. Americans will never say it correctly, but yeah, super happy to have these. I think these are his magnum opus. I mean, they're probably not. Again, like I said, that Fantastic Four is already like, oh, that's pretty good. You know what I mean? But these were the originals, and kind of put them on the map. And I think it's getting to a point with this stuff, man, that there's people who are like, just well known in this community for this stuff, and down the line, I did not buy this for value. I bought it for love. Can't ever see selling them, but he could never see selling them. So all I'm saying is I just like to have like people's unique work,
right.
It's kind of like a thing now. I'm actually thinking about getting rid of a lot of stuff to make room for this kind of stuff, because after being there again this year and kind of like seeing it the first year and going, oh, this is interesting, people do this, and they do it for themselves, and then again this year people are actually selling stuff. It's like, oh, I want to own some of this stuff.
Yeah. It's to say you've got a so and so piece, in your
that's it,
and that's
it. So be on the lookout, man. I'm if sales go as well as they did this year, I'm gonna be loaded per bear. And side note, people came to spend, man. Let me tell you what, like,
right? Yeah,
that's the last thing I'll say about it, and then we got to move on. But like,
what recession? That was like nuts. The amount of money that went through that place,
especially when you think you're walking in the door, 300 in the hole, just on figures.
Well, this was my point. Like, I mean, listen. They're running the show. They want to make some money. Like, I get like 2 different exclusives. I kind of like that there was one last year. You know what I mean? 2 was like, you're 300. Exactly. You're in there. Everybody's going to be 300. Pretty much everybody. Not everybody got the max amount, but 300 in the hole right off the bat. Then you're going to want to go to the 4 Horsemen table and get something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So then you're talking maybe $300-400 before you even hit the floor.
You had to budget like close to $1,000.
Yeah.
For just spending on stuff. Yeah. The exclusives, the customs, all the stuff on the floor. Like you had to budget like 500 to 1,000 at least, right? Like,
yeah, and
a lot of people spent way more than that. It was amazing.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's we
saw the U-Haul pull up, on Sunday afternoon to bring stuff.
You had $300. You had, if you had to travel there, from wherever you had to travel, gas, flight, whatever. If you're staying there from that far away, hotel, B&B, Airbnb, whatever. I really fully expected people to come out and be really tight. You know what I mean? And really kind of picky, and holy crap, people were spending like
people
crazy.
Saved for it.
It was fantastic. People did a good job of saving for it. And again, it's a testament to this line and the people, like, they're loyal to it. You know what I mean? They want just this stuff. It wasn't just a bunch of scalpers trying to get exclusives and Four Horsemen stuff for cheap. It was people buying customs like crazy. I think Rich sold out of, he probably had 100 figures there, and he sold out of most of them, if not all of them. I don't know. It's nuts.
And, you know, it's also like a tip of the hat to Joe and Jeremy for like alerting us way in advance. Like we're gonna know the date for the 2023 event very soon. And that's huge for planning and just mentally like being prepared for this massive thing that's coming later.
And it is going to be big.
Like,
I'm not, you know, I don't think I'm giving away secrets here, but it's probably going to be like 2 or 3 times bigger at least, than it was this year.
At least floor space wise.
Floor space,
floor space, but that means more people are able to come in. You know, maybe they'll subsection some things to people. You know, they did the Glyos thing this year. Maybe they'll be, you know, who knows? You know, there's all sorts of ways. I love to see more new people who are just getting into it. You know, maybe a smaller table, lower price point or something like that. Who knows? Whatever. What's up, Jonathan? I picked up a Rich Kai's custom, first custom I ever bought, and I love it. Isn't it great?
that custom's awesome.
The guy, I love that dude.
Yeah.
He's just so happy.
So happy.
You know what I mean?
Like,
by the way, we missed one.
We did
find it here.
Where Super chat?
Yes. So Elijah mentioned
thank you.
These, and I went and grabbed mine off the shelf. This is what he's talking about. Have you all seen the new Dinosaur Battlefield figures by Axie Toys? I've got one. He's very compatible with Legions. Fits in so well. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely. These fit in very well with.
I just got the 2 colorways. I think there was 2 colorways. I haven't had a chance to open them.
Yeah, there was orange and green.
Yeah.
And this is the random white variant.
Oh, you got the random white variant. Oh, nice.
Yeah, for my review sample, it was the
nice.
white one. Yeah.
Pays to be a reviewer.
Yeah, and speaking of those, shout out to Matthew Rodriguez, who had his ideas from Mars dinosaur figs there that were super cool.
Looked very cool.
Worked with the 4 Horsemen on those, so we will be definitely following progress on that stuff. It looks amazing.
Yep. Look very
I'll be collecting those.
Yeah, they look.
And the Animals of the Warrior Kingdom guys were all there too, and those look fantastic, man. The production figures look great. I think I might be doing some stuff for them, so looking forward to that.
Nice.
What was I going to say? There was somebody else in here. I don't know. Nate, go through the chat. I'm gonna let me wrap this up.
Well, I was gonna actually bring up a. You're showing some more stuff.
Yeah. I'm just calendars went like crazy at the show. They're up on Etsy now. You can get them. I should put the link. I'll put the link below, but you can find the link on my. Is it on my link tree? I don't know. Just search 1/6 shooter on Etsy. I'll put it. I got to put it on my link tree. Actually,
you've got links on.
They're going fast, so I'm not making any more. I think there's maybe 50 left or something like that. So they go about 10 a day. So
there's only so many 2023 calendars you can order before you're like, might be getting a little late on.
Well, we're pushing that now. Like it's a good gift, but who wants it in February at that point? You know what I mean?
Right.
Because now you're starting the year with some super cute kitties or something like that. So
hang in there.
Your corgi calendar.
Next year, Trevor, you're gonna do a 1-a-day calendar, like pull away.
I was thinking like, how the hell could I do this in it like with more pictures? I'm like, I can't do a 1-a-day calendar. Maybe I can't. I don't have 300. No.
Does anybody do weekly? There should be weekly calendars.
That's what I thought. Like, is there a weekly calendar? But
some sort of planner, maybe? Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, there you go.
Mindless Focus. Anyone else hoping to see the Justin Dwarf in 6+? Since it wasn't in a Necronominus wave, we need more dwarves.
Yes, 100%.
Just saying that we need more dwarves. I hope we do. That was a beautiful figure. I loved shooting it. Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
I would think that's a good guess. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we'll go another year without seeing that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's another. I mean, the 6+ they said is going to be. It's the year of Necronominus, so
right.
I expect that to be a lot of, and it better be Clavian, man. I'm going to be
that dwarf. I can't remember now. It seems like it's been a while. Did that dwarf have a backstory? Like, is it in a specific faction? Justin's tribute?
I believe they did have a story for it. Yeah.
Do you remember?
I don't remember what the faction was. If somebody knows, let us know. I don't remember what faction it was. I want to say Noble Bear, but I don't know.
Seems like it would be right.
Yeah.
All right, Curtis. Thank you, man. Curtis, I'm gonna do math just adding up your super chats. I appreciate it, man. 124 people in here. All right, let's get this giveaway because I don't want people like if you're just hanging around for the giveaway, which I hope you're not. Now
we're doing math. Math's fun.
I'm gonna state this. Okay, you're on the honor system here. Okay, I would like this to get to somebody's hands who did not have a chance at LegionsCon, who did not get it from Legion's shop on Friday or buy it through a private deal. I'd like somebody who doesn't have this to have this. I can't make that happen. You know what I mean? I can't. And maybe we'll do another giveaway for a calendar or something so that everybody has a chance to win something. But I would just like the people who didn't have a chance to get this to get in. So if you've already got one, you're on the honor system. Except that I know some of you MFers who are.
We know a lot of you MFers.
Yeah, so we really do.
A lot of people
really do.
Chat.
Yeah, we really do. So, like, if you start, putting the hashtag up there, I'm gonna know it's you. So, give somebody else a chance to get this. We're gonna have more. We're gonna have more of these. We might have a Furious 4. Got some other stuff in the weeks coming. So, we'll have some stuff for everybody. I just like to get some people who haven't gotten anything, couldn't get there. That's the whole reason we picked them up.
Letting us know that the Justin figure.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, was Etheron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, there you go.
For some reason, I thought it was
because he loved Valgard. Yeah.
Okay. Once again, I have to find the StreamYard game stream page.
Giveaway tool.
Is it just StreamYard/giveaway tool?
Something like that, yeah.
.com/giveaway.
While you're looking for that, I had a comment that we can use as a segue to get into our math while you're doing this. But
just what /giveaway? Sorry.
Got it.
So we were talking about how the people come to spend money and everything. After seeing the Necronominus wave, I know some people said, I'm actually not going to be able to spend any money at the con because I'm already calculating what I'm going to be spending on that wave.
Yeah, I know.
Thank God it goes to January 15th.
Right.
Well, we're gonna get into that for sure. All right, here we go. I'm bored. Wasn't there? Well,
you should have done it as uncone.
You sold something, Doug. So, sell more stuff, and I will buy more of your stuff. All right. Hashtag unknown for this. Get them in there again. If you've got one,
what's up, Nicto?
Refrain yourself.
If you got one, put in uncone.
Yes, uncone. You can enter with uncone. I should have actually done hashtag uncone.
Curtis Ash.
Curtis
hashtag. Caps does not matter.
By the way, Curtis.
Now caps doesn't matter.
Pretty much ran the Wolf King Customs breakout room.
Yeah.
It was like a pop and swap event, and it
was
was so much fun. It was awesome.
I heard it was great.
I heard so many good things about it. That's so cool. What a great idea they had.
Yeah.
I think Kevin said earlier, I wanted to call it out, but he said he learned some stuff from our breakout session, Nate, which was cool. I had a lot of people say that was good. I have some ideas for next year that can make it a little more interactive, I think. So if we do, if we do one next year, not a LegionsCon, but if we do a breakout room.
Super awesome meeting Sean too. Visual approach.
Sean's dude, Sean's
an awesome dude.
happy birthday. It's actually his birthday today. So I meant to post something on Instagram, and I'll have to do it before midnight if we get off of here. But yeah, happy birthday, Sean. That's awesome. He was great, man. He's such a great dude. He's so goddamn funny and talented.
That dinner we had that with like that crew was so much fun.
Yeah, it was
yeah, Jonathan and everybody.
Noah Pratt's having fun with different hashtags. What's
up, awesome, man. Cool, man. I'm glad you got one. That's great. Hedgehog, the best.
Nice.
Very good. No, Pratt, undercoat. That's something about undercoat. All right, what do we got here? We got about 58 entries, which is awesome. I think people are sticking to this. I don't want to say, we got 125 people in here. I will give away a calendar, so we'll do another one. Maybe we'll do it right after this and just get this done with, and then we can move on to our math. Hashtag spell check. Yeah, it's a thing, man. It happens. It doesn't matter. It happens.
Yep.
I've been there. Unclone. I'm actually digging the people who are not.
Yeah, it's fun. Uncle Owen. Nice,
Uncle Owen. The unsullied, unpone.
Casper getting his home team in there.
Listen, you. Oh. When am I going to get on that show, Michael Casper? I got a shirt now. I've had the
thanks for the shirt.
Fucking answers ready for all your questions for like 6 months, but no invite. I'm just kidding. That was great. It was great hanging out behind those guys too.
Great.
Curtis, you're killing me, man. I need a bargain breakout session with Nate and Trevor where they do amazing photos. Well, I took that to heart, and I'm actually thinking about that. Like we did touch a little bit on using your cell phone as a light. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but
but household lamps and lots of stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna MacGyver it next year. Gum,
Curtis,
and string.
You wouldn't need bargain photo equipment if you didn't give out so many super chats,
Hey, just quiet.
Right. I mean, Sean was the first one to say he uses a toilet paper roll Nick. For a snoot.
I had Toy Bro light my photo in there. I took a photo in the hallway, just like a random photo while we were waiting in line of a goblin on the ground. And I had Toy Bro light it for me with his cell phone.
There you go. Yeah, I've done the cell phone thing, man. And there are. He's right. There is some good tips to use cheaper stuff. I think we just, we wanted to kind of get that. You do want to get a shot that people are going to go like, "Ooh, that looks pretty cool." That actually works. Yeah. So, got to work a little harder at it to get it with. I mean, I used to do it, man. When I started out, it was dirt cheap. And it was Home Depot, reflector lights and stuff, and tissue over those things and stuff like that. Worked, So all right, we got 60 people in here for the giveaway tool. I think I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna give you like 10 more seconds if anybody else has not into this and has not gotten one of these things. 61 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1 boom. Fabster's in here because I just saw his name go by. Luis Mejia. Sorry, I was rolling all that into one. Mejia. Luis, congratulations, man.
Awesome.
Nice,
I don't know if it's Luis or Lewis, how you pronounce it, but let us know.
Good score.
And contact me. Yeah, big congratulations, man. There's a little ding on the box. I apologize. I didn't look at it when I picked it up, and I wasn't going to be that douchebag. It's like, hey, can I have another one? I probably should have been, but it's still great. You're going to take it out of the box. You're going to play with it. You're going to love it. You did it, man. Congrats. All right, get in touch with me on either Instagram, 16shooter, or Facebook chat, and give me your information, and I'll get that out to you along with some It's
Come
close.
on.
Listen, it's already got a misspelling on it, so like,
Right.
you know, really, what's the difference? Yeah, and I'll get that out to you. Maybe we'll throw something else in. All right, let's get to Braku. Braku was great, man. I love talking to Braku.
Yeah,
such an awesome dude. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Super supporter.
And your $4.99 will go to yeah, he is. Another giveaway down the line. That's right. I hate it. Exactly. I kicked it purposely. No, I don't know what the hell happened, man. It's not bad. It's a little ding in the corner. It's fine. You'll be fine. All right. Let's move on to our main topic here and just get into some of this stuff. I'm going to present this. I don't know if this is going to do us any good in terms of talking about what we're talking about, but the reason what prompted yeah, I know it's not my favorite. It's like my least favorite thing in the world. What got me thinking about this was I was looking at some of the comments, which I didn't have time to look at for, on the Four Horsemen and Necronominus and stuff like that. And people were saying, is there any other way to get, there's new people to the line. And there's people who are in the line or maybe new to the line and just complaining about, whatever, the all-in costs, et cetera, et cetera. But one of them was like, I don't give my money out interest-free to a company for a year before I get something. Okay. Like, well, okay. Welcome to the world. Because Kickstarters, Hot Toys has been doing that for years. A lot of companies, I mean, even with Hasbro at this point, you're buying stuff that you're not going to see for, 6 to 8 months. Now, being a Mezco collector, I can understand the hesitation if you're not in the line. And I did try to explain to this person online that fact that you're not dealing with a company who is going to take your money and then make you wait 2-3 years without any explanation as to where your product is. These guys will update you constantly as to where things are. And if there is a snag or if there is something that's unusual, you will get that notification. So if it's confidence, that's one thing. If, on the other hand, it's just simply, I don't want to lay my money out a year in advance, that's kind of what we're talking about here. Is that worth it? I got to thinking about, in that case, what are you going to do with that money? And if you do want to get, let's say, an all-in on Necronominus, what's that going to cost you, down the line? So I just pulled some numbers here. Necronominus all-in cost from the Four Horsemen is $560. I mean, this is pretty simple. This isn't even hard math. Buying from the Four Horsemen is the cheapest way. I mean, during the pre-order is the cheapest way. Even if you bought at LegionsCon, they were about $5 per figure more than they are when you buy them pre-order. $3 to $5. It's the cheapest way you're going to get them. But yes, you're going to plunk down $560 right now by January 15th, and you are probably not going to see these things, to be honest, till probably Q4, Q1 2024, maybe, most likely. That is just the way of the world. This is what they're doing. This is why they do a pre-order, so they don't overproduce these things, and people have a chance to get them and have them ready to go when they ship.
I suspect that a lot of the same people who would complain that they have to put the money up front and wait a year plus are the type of people that want to have their cake and eat it too, in that they will also complain about retailer pricing and how it's more than the pre-order pricing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
there's going to be this slice of people, not to make another pun on cake, but there's going to be this like subsection. There's like this cross section of people, right? That is like, they're going to want it both ways, and they're unwilling to accept that they're not going to get it both ways. You're just not going to get it both. You're not going to get pay later for the pre-order price. You're just not going to get that. It's just not that's not how this line works.
Price. You can't get that price ever again. You've got 2 months, which is more than any other company. I mean, listen, you can pre-order Hot Toys until they say, "Hey, it's sold out," which you don't know when that's going to be. But it's kind of a different story. It's one figure as opposed to a wave of figures. You can't, you don't have that. You don't have that with any other company. Hasbro's a crapshoot. You know what I mean? You can order I don't even think you have to order them individually from Hasbro Pulse. You can order a wave through a retailer, but then you're paying retailer prices. Kind of paying retailer prices through Hasbro Pulse anyway. So there's really no other company that does this. This is as close to wholesale as you can get.
Yeah.
For as a consumer.
And some people get it in their heads that, a bunch of people got this for $37. That's the retail price. When that's not the reality. The retail price. That's not the retail price.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about retail price. We're not going to go into what their retail prices are, but $37, let's say for a standard figure, is their wholesale price. I'm not retail price. I'm at wholesale price. Plus whatever little bit of profit that they need to make from, they're selling the figures, they're making these figures, and they're shipping them out. Yes, shipping's extra, whatever. But this is as low as they can get without giving you too competitive a price.
Individual orders,
right? To a retailer, you know what I mean. And a retailer is going to get that, and retail is generally, and again, I'm not saying these are the numbers, but like 50% markup at least on things. You know what I mean? Generally, Target gets your Hasbro Marvel Legends for probably like more than that because they're Target. They probably get those for $7. I'm gonna guess, and sell them for $22.
Which is crazy. Probably the small retailers get so shafted on.
And the small retailers get shafted. Exactly.
On those like Hasbro, Mattel. I've heard Mattel, like the reason why you don't see like those small retailers selling a lot of Mattel is because it's absolutely brutal. There's like zero profits to make on selling Mattel as a small retailer.
Mm-hmm. Hobby Galaxy, I have done some things for them. Yep. There is I'm gonna say, knowing what wholesale costs are, there is a rule that you have to there's a minimum, because they don't want people selling them all over the place and then just making $2-3 and ordering thousands of them, you know what I mean, and going for volume over, they want a competitive level playing field for their retailers. You offer good service, you can offer a discount for bundles or things like that. I know that some people do an all-in. I don't know. We're going to look at that and see if that's a savings over anything with the retailers or not. Where it is for Horsemen, I don't know, I'm jumping all over the place, but going to the all-in costs up here, $560. The cost of the individual figures, if you were to buy them individually, is $601. So you're saving $41. You're essentially getting a standard figure, plus a few bucks for free when you do that.
And to keep Bill's analogy going, that's kind of the icing on the cake,
which is crazy. And no, I don't know if this is in relationship to this, but I don't know nobody's complaining. I'm just saying that there are some people have thrown out there that they don't want to give their money up front in a year in advance, interest. Now this person said interest free. So my first thought was like, let's take a look at what you could do with that money over the course of a year before you have to shell out the retail price for these things, which, if you look at this is BBTS. Now, this is my estimation for BBTS based on their current prices for the Necronominus all in. And they don't do an all in. They don't do a bundle that you save anything. It's like, these are the figures individually. $781.
So damn near.
Now, I might be off by $10-$20, I could say, but almost,
because there's some new pricing. There's some new pricing on some of the larger figures. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to predict what the retailer's price is going to be.
And they made, I mean, the way things are going, I can't see them going down.
No, they're not. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of did the math and came right at around the same number today when I was estimating that.
Okay, cool. Quick, we got a super chat quick from Brits. Hey, Britt. Thank you very much. Oh, sorry. I'm going to leave that to you. I order extra just to charge double for the people that don't want to give a company their money for a year.
It's true. Like, because now you're going to go, what else could you invest in that would return better money?
This was my point, right?
Is Mythic Legions direct pricing.
Yes, this is my point. Probably your best investment. I didn't even think about that, Bill, but you're absolutely correct. So I was looking at like, okay, where can you put your money? You got your money in a CD. I think the best CD I've seen is 3%. So we're talking about, I'm just going to do the calculation on my own computer here because I can't even deal with this stupid this calculator on the screen. It doesn't make any sense. It's wacky. So $560 times 0.03%. So in a year, by the time this comes out, plus or minus a couple of months, you're going to make about $16.80 in a CD. Okay. So that will give you 500 and maybe at best, I'll round it up and say $580. So you're still looking at $780-ish, $70-ish dollars, in retail, and you've made $18 on that. Now, all right, there's better things than a CD. Let's say it's 8%. Let's say you get in the, let's say, I don't know, maybe the stock market's going up. You're going to get 10% out of this thing. You're going to make $56, which is going to bring you right to about $616. Which will, bring you a little closer, but you're still well short of what this is going to cost you. So point being with this argument that I don't give out my money instant interest free to a company, you kind of are. You feel like you kind of are. Like you're not. You're winning money here. Like you're making interest on this money at this point because there's no other investment that you're going to make this kind of money to make up for the difference that you're going to have to buy it at retail. I mean, that's just the bottom line. And again, I'm not trying to discourage people retail because we have an argument for something like, listen, I can't shell out $560 by January 15th.
This time of year. Like, it's a tough time of year for sure.
They've given you 15 days into January, which is awesome of them.
That is amazing. That's my saving grace right there.
Yeah. It's very hard to put out. I mean, listen, every company at this point, you're going to see a lot of it. You saw the HasLab, it failed. But they did have a couple others that went through at this time of year. And Galactus went through this time last year. This is bottom line territory, man. This is Black Friday for everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to make that money. And if they can put a big ticket item in front of you, Wave, HasLab, whatever it is, the freaking what's the Motu thing?
Battlecat. Oh,
Eternia in front of you before Christmas, to buy for yourself instead of buying for your kids. They're gonna do it. They want to pad this end of the year, man. This is it. This is getting into the black, man. So like they want to do this.
Yeah. What Four Horsemen need to do is offer gift cards so people can ask for those for the holidays.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Right. Oh my God. Sure. That's brilliant. Actually
is a brilliant idea, man.
That's
a brilliant idea. Mythos money. Or Legions Lira. Doesn't work.
I think
it's terrible.
I think that's a Mike Casper idea. I gotta give credit if I remember correctly. That was after a few pops, maybe a couple weekends ago. But
that is not bad thinking though, because that is really, I'd for your average spouse who isn't so involved that they even know where to go to buy these things,
right?
And then it's like oh, I can't even give you anything. Like, who wants to buy a gift that's like, hey, I pre-ordered this thing for you in a year from now? You know what I mean? But if it's your choice, here's some Mythic money to go and buy whatever you want. If it's a pre-order, then that's a pre-order. If not, you can hang on to it for some in-stock sales or something like that.
Eric LeBron says his wife would give him $20 gift card. Hey, better than nothing.
You get the hands back, dude.
Right? Yeah.
That's right. There you go.
Weapons back.
So let's talk about the person who getting a little echo again. I don't know why. That's me. Nope, not me. Happened. Anyway, let's talk about the person who says they can't do 560 by January. So I'm going to skip it, and just pick things up later. Well, I would caution you to get what you can, literally afford to shell out. And again, we've talked a little bit about, I don't want to make people gamble here. Boy, that echo is killing me. But if there is a way to, again, this is hard to say. Like what we were talking about earlier, if you put it on a card and you got the all in, and let's say, like, I really can't afford the all in, but I afford to keep, like, half of them or whatever. Literally, you can sell the rest of them, because as we were talking about before the show, anybody who goes in on these figures from Four Horsemen is going to get them prior to retailers being able to distribute them, ship them, right? You're going to get your shipment, you pop that thing up on eBay right away, or the Cabal, and guaranteed you're going to get some bites, because there are people who bought from BBTS or bought from One Stop Toy Shop or bought from Empire or whatever that aren't going to see them for a while. And that, that FOMO sets in and they want to get it right away. It's not a bad option if you can do it, if you can swing it. I'm not telling anybody to go into debt and to go into hawk and not feed your cat or whatever, but Hedgehog. If you're lucky enough to live where you can go to a bunch of their shows, you can win. You win on present value of money. You win. Am I reading this wrong?
Yeah, you win on present value of money, no shipping, and you get most, if not all of them. Yeah,
the shipping can cost. I mean, again, they are like anywhere from, let's see, the 37 were $4, anywhere from $3 to $5 more. Maybe even 3 to 10. I'm not sure what the ogre difference is, or the troll difference is. But yeah, you don't save on shipping. I mean, travel, but which may not make up for that shipping. I'm talking dollars to dollars here. You know what I mean? To travel to New Jersey for me with tolls and gas probably cost me $50. So if that was my option, I would say, that's not even worth it. You know what I mean? It's more worth it to get the all in now and pay, I don't know, whatever the FedEx shipping is for that. I mean, yeah, to me, I'm fairly close. Maybe in Michigan or Nevada, it's a different story. But then think about having to travel to LegionsCon next year, picking up Poxus, having to ship that back or put it on a flight or whatever. You're never going to save. It's never going to overcome that shipping cost. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. I can drive there. It cost me $50 to drive there. It's not going to overcome the shipping costs. I've thought about it. Believe me, I've thought about like ordering it and like telling those guys, hey, I'll just come by and pick it up. Now, if I had another reason to go there, sure. But it's going to cost me more than the shipping costs to pick it up. Maybe I'll get it faster, but whatever. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the shipping. Yeah, the West Coast shipping is rough. I know. International shipping is rough. I've seen them. I love it's ramen season.
And at some point, if they could get everybody needs to crunch their own numbers and figure it out.
Yeah.
It's because there are, like, especially international, like that can be brutal.
Now, I was saying before we came on too, just let alone deciding whether you want to do a pre-order or wait till retail. There's even math to do if you're going to go through Source Horsemen. Say you want an all-in, and then you want some extras, right? Depending on how many extras you want, is it worth getting 2 all-ins? Maybe you're going to get some extra figures you didn't necessarily want with 2 all-ins. But again, like you said, you can turn around, you can put those in the Cabal. You're not going to lose that way if you can afford that, because maybe, I mean, there's so many variables and so many options to look at. So
yeah. Yep. My time. I know I don't have to factor in my time. Somebody asked a question: is there saving? Oh, Brick something. Is there savings on shipping for all in plus individuals as a single order versus 2 separate orders? Yes. There's definitely shipping savings. I don't believe that those two things, if you added up 2 separate orders, because I've done this accidentally. I've like done. I think this is what I'm getting, and then I go back. I got to get 2 more of these guys. Or 3 more of these guys.
They do not combine orders. So each order.
Well, they don't. They don't combine. And B, it's definitely going to be more than if you threw those other 3 figures in with your original order,
right?
Shipping wise, it's not per piece. It's by weight.
Yeah.
So probably most likely each one of those items is given a weight. And then that the back end Shopify or whatever they're using totals that weight up and says it's going to cost, this much plus size of the box and volume of each product. So,
and the all-ins being always shipped as a
in the same box
unit.
Yep. Right. They know the weight of that box. They know the size of that box. So, they pretty much got it down. I mean, it is what it is, man. I'm shipping out these calendars and shipping's nuts, man. I'm shipping them overseas, and I just feel bad for people. I'm like throwing in a sticker or something because it's so expensive to ship a stupid flat file.
It's nuts. Yeah,
but still order them, because I'll throw some extra stuff your way.
Order them, especially if you're in the tri-state area, because the shipping is a lot cheaper.
Yes, exactly.
This is a good call out to someone who's paying attention to the bios. From Brit.
Sir Dollar got rich from shipping after paying the shipping price. I know why.
That's right. There you go. So, I mean, here's the flip side of that. Yeah, you don't have to outlay cash right now after Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever.
Or LegionsCon.
Or LegionsCon, for God's sake. In January, and those retailers will have them. You know what I mean? So if there's a couple that you want to get. Now, the other thing we were talking about too is if you want to get that 2-pack, the Horsemen 2-pack, only available on Store Horsemen. That is not a retail. So if we jump over to that, let me stop this and go over to the 4 Horsemen, Store Horsemen. That's it. So normally we do an image, but these wings on Necronominus were so freaking big that I couldn't do the image of the 2-pack. I'm not on Store Horsemen. Sorry. Picked the wrong one. There we go. So we've got the deluxe 2-pack at $110. Not going to be able to get this anywhere else. Nobody else is going to sell this but the 4 Horsemen. So
the share screen is still the Source Horseman page.
Why is that? Oh, it must have jumped over another page. Okay, hang on a second. Hang on. You guys kind of know what I'm talking about anyway, though.
Mm-hmm. Plus, I forget what the savings is. If you were to order those 2 figures separately as opposed to the 2-pack, isn't it like 10 or
Necronominus is 60 and Conus is 65, so that's 125, and the deluxe 2-pack is $110. So if you're interested in these 2 figures, there you go. There's a savings of $15 right there, right off the top. And you get this cool box. Now the box is not as collector friendly because there is tape on it and stuff like that. So if you're all worried about that, and that is what it is. But if you want this 2-pack, only way to get it, and you're saving $15 over the other. So I mean, even if you wanted one to rock, one to stock, man, you're saving. That's a $50. No, that's a $30 savings over buying them individually. So pretty cool.
Yeah, and there's always demand for those 2-packs.
Oh yeah.
So
I think people have figured that out at this point.
If you ordered an extra 2-pack, there's going to be somebody who needs it. Like somebody's going to want it at release. So it's always nice to have extras of that kind of stuff.
And there's some wild cards in here. I don't know if any of the retailers are in here. I don't think the retailer pricing for this stuff has gone out yet. So there may not be any answers, but Beluolith, I don't remember. Oh, you know what? Maybe there were $50 figures in Poxus. I don't remember offhand what they were. Was the Jin 50 or was that 60? I don't remember.
Can't remember. I have to.
Yeah, but I mean, there's going to be some like $50 at retail. I'm going to expect Beluolith to be at least 70. You know what I mean?
It might be $59.99. They've done that before.
Yeah, $10. Okay. Because I mean, the $37 figures are 50. So that's
right.
13. That's a $13 markup there.
Yep.
So a $13 markup here is like 63. Yeah.
And they've done the $40 They've done the $40 figure as 50 as well. Like they had the the Legion Builder Ogre scale figures.
Right.
Those were $40 figures, and they were 50 at retail.
Right. But if you're looking for a strategy and you can't go all in on this, but let's say you want to get as many as you can. Maybe you want to go all in. Maybe you don't want to go all in. I would say strategy, if you're going to wait to get from retailers, and again, we are not dissing retailers here. Love the retailers. I buy from retailers all the time.
I have a lot on order from some retailers.
Yeah. I mean, there's always those things you want after the fact. You want more. And
especially
again,
when you see like what other waves are coming.
Yeah.
And it's well past the pre-order thing. It's like the retailers still have it. It's like, I better grab a couple extra of those before they sell out. Yeah.
Absolutely. But I would say go in and get some of these maybe higher priced. This is an army builder, right? I mean, buy a couple of these. You know what I mean? Then you can get, if you want, like 3 or 4 of them, then you get a couple from, your favorite retailer. But you've already got a couple in the bag that were a little cheaper than that, which is nice. Stuff like that. And this 2-pack, I would say definitely go with the 2-pack. I mean, you can't beat the price on these. These are pretty low hanging fruit for $14, man. And these are going to probably crop up to, these are usually in the 22 to, this will probably be 25 range on your average retailer. So, if you can afford to throw those in, I would probably grab a couple of those if you want them. And then, everything else you might be able to like kind of get away with, picking and choosing from, your favorite retailer if you've, decided that you just can't swing whatever before January 15th. And that's totally understandable, man. There's a lot going on in the next 2 months, and everybody is vying for your dollar. All these companies, all these other toy companies are vying for your dollar too. So it's tough. Anybody, we got any questions in here that people are bringing up? Nate, anything interesting that
let's see.
step 3 profit. Order an all-in and get an extra dozen Templars and Bear Skellies. You'll either use them or sell them for profit. Again, yeah. I mean, that's another thing to do is, I guess a strategy would be to pick up some stuff that people are going to want more of, down the line. And if you can pick those up now, if you can't afford to get too many of them now, maybe they're not for you, but they're trade bait or they're something that you can put up. Again, you're going to get them before the retailers are able to sell. You put up a $37 Sir Elijah for $50. You know what I mean? On the Cabal, on eBay, whatever. I'm not encouraging scalping, but at the same time, people want these things and they didn't pre-order them, and you're not really charging any more than retailers are, and you're going to make some money.
Honestly, I mean, when I think of scalping, I think of people who drain the supply in order to drive up the price.
Yeah, just grab everything off the shelves.
This wouldn't have been made. If you buy an extra to sell, you're essentially doing what retailers do. This wouldn't have been produced if you didn't order that extra one. So you're actually increasing the supply, right?
Right.
Absolutely. So
it's the opposite of scalping in some ways. I think people just think higher price than normal anytime somebody makes any sort of profit is scalping, but I don't subscribe to that definition.
Yeah. When these release, don't you think retail will be higher with the way prices are increasing? That is a good
who knows?
There's a good chance of that. We don't know what the future will bring, but we're talking about at least a year from probably from January.
Hold on a second. So I think there's two things going on there.
Okay.
One is the retail price, which is set by 4 Horsemen, which will be set January 16th.
The minimum retail price is set by 4 Horsemen. You can charge whatever you want above that minimum retail price. That's all I'm saying.
But okay, but that's the minimum, that's the baseline. There's going to be a competitive nature to it, that.
True enough.
I don't think like, so somebody mentioned earlier, I don't know if I could find the comment, but it was like, you know, Big Bad Toy Store charges the regular $50 until they realize it's worth more, kind
Which
of
one's
thing.
popular or something? Yeah.
Right. And like, that's somewhat true. Like, they rarely ever increase the price until the stuff's out there, right? They're not increasing
and it's
the
low
price
on
like
supply, and they're seeing it nowhere
right.
else.
And I think what they see is they see people using their Big Bad Toy Store pile of loot as a drop shipping profit opportunity.
Absolutely.
And they want to take a piece of that. Like, people will like put it in their pile of loot and they'll sell it to somebody else for $90.
Yep.
And Big Bad Toy Store is like, okay, these people are just like dropping pre-orders, and they're constantly like cycling through and canceling orders, and then they come back in stock, and then they put them in their cart and they check out, and then they put them in their pile of loot, and then they cancel, and then it goes back. And like, I think they're just trying to like get a cut of that. Honestly, I don't think it's really like this nefarious like scalper thing that Big Bad's doing. I think they're trying to like tackle some of that behavior.
Yeah.
I mean, for me with Big Bad, I've always price shopped all their stuff, because the draw there is the pile of loot that ships for what do they say, $5?
$4.
Yeah, $4 or $5. $4, yeah.
$4, yeah.
Which is great. But if they're marking everything up $5 higher than everybody else has it on the internet,
right?
You really,
especially like Hasbro stuff is weird.
Do
like
that math. Are you saving that? Yeah, it is a piece by piece thing on Big Bad Toy Store. Sometimes there are competitive prices there, and that $4 shipping pile of loot thing is great. And then there are other times when it's like, dude, I can get this for the same price or less over here with about similar shipping, and
And when you see like what's an example? Like Valak right now is $60, right?
Oh,
Should
really?
be 50, is 60.
Oh,
when you see that, don't immediately go, oh, damn it, I have to pay 60. Go to the 4 Horsemen site. They make it very easy. They have a huge list of approved retailers, and browse through. A lot of those retailers
an excellent
have
point. Let's bring that up
shipping,
right now, because that's a good point too.
Yeah, go to the approved retailers and shop around and look around, especially like this early. I mean, we're getting past the early part of Alithia being in stock, but like when it was that early like phase of in stock Alithia stuff, all you had to do was just like find another
approved.
Yeah, there you go. And another cool thing about this page, especially if you're going to pre-order from a retailer, is look at their address and like look for somebody kind of near you, right?
Yeah.
Support a local retailer.
Yep.
B, they're going to get that shipment, and once they have it, it's going to ship to you real quick because it's not going to be far to go.
Yeah,
shipping will be cheaper as well.
Yep. I would actually suggest to these retailers, I don't know if it's a matter of they just didn't supply it, but that's an excellent point, Bill. Like I would, I'm actually going to tell. I know, Nerdzoic. I know Big Nerdy. I'm going to say, like, listen, man, put at least your state and your city up there, because it's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
the people who are close to you might want to order from you, especially because of the proximity.
Yeah. And it's it's not too hard for like a customer to just click on their site and be like, let me check out where these guys are from.
I know. Not everybody's Sherlock Holmes like you, Bill.
Babylon was saying Kronos was 60. I think also Bardrick was upped to 60. I think Alithia was upped to 70. I think maybe she just sold out. I was watching, and there were quite a few from the Alithia wave that they bumped up, and there's still some that are regular price. Whoops, sorry. I just
sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know that any, some of these places may not want that. Maybe for that reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They may not want to discourage people in California because they're in New Jersey.
Yeah, that's true.
Ordering them,
And,
you know what I mean?
Cullen is saying that no address could mean or does mean that they don't have a physical location necessarily.
That's true.
I mean, you're shipping from someplace, so you definitely have a shipping location. I don't think most of these places are doing drop ship from a manufacturer or anything like that. So, like, it's you've got to have a shipping location.
And Curtis, I think some of the places with
you can just chat sometimes.
Don't have physical stores. Like, can you go to the? Yeah, like I don't know if maybe they all do have physical stores.
Oh, true. Yeah, maybe
that's what the difference is. I don't know.
Curtis says I tend to buy one all in and then find one or two figures that are highly customizable and buy several more. I'll either use them or trade them. Yeah,
that's
the way to go, man. Yep, me too. Same thing. Either something that I know I'm going to want to use for custom, or something that I think other people will want to use for custom.
And that's what I was saying a little while ago. Like, then you start figuring out, okay, is it worth it to get 2 all-ins maybe, and you're going to get, like I said, a few more figures that you didn't necessarily want. But again, do the math there. Once they come in, you see people start popping and swapping. You either think, oh, I do want those pieces now, or again, obviously you're never going to have a hard time at all trading up or selling. So,
I mean, obviously the inclination there is to say, you know, for somebody in the audience right now, I suppose to say, oh yeah, well, wealthy Nate, you're gonna
right. I'm not saying that's what I'm doing,
but like, if you can swing it, not a bad idea. You know what I mean? Because you potentially could pay off half a wave with the other half of the wave. You know what I mean? Like, it could actually work out that way for you. So you could get 1.5 with, you know, half, and then have that stuff for customs or trade bait or something down the line. That's generally the way I went with the stuff. Like, if I could swing it at the time, I would probably try to get 2 all-ins. Now, I still have some boxes of all-ins sitting over here from waves past that I haven't gotten rid of. So, you know, you do have to do the work and the legwork to get rid of them. And you got to be patient. As we all know, Legions are they're pretty easy to sell. Although I have to say, in the last few years, because of the influx of people collecting them and the influx of sort of, let's say, I'm not gonna call them scalpers, but eBay people knowing that they can buy these things and turn and flip them for an extra, you know, $15-20 a piece at least. It's been harder to sell stuff like that.
It's just a growing,
but I think that's equalizing the price, which is actually probably a good thing for everybody. You know, like, for collectors coming into it. It's like you missed it, and now you're gonna have to pay 3 times what the figure's worth. No, no. B, forget about it. Like, C, they're starting to do these shows across the country with some of these affiliated groups, you know, and people that are associated with the studio, which you'll be able to maybe get to easier than you can get to LegionsCon or New Jersey Toy Con, and pick them up for, again, like that $3 to $5 markup. You know, that they charge for dragging all the stuff there and having the people there to help work it and stuff like that. So it's totally worth it. Like, it is not worth going onto eBay like right after the line comes out or a wave comes out and paying through the nose for anything, because you will be able to, at this point in time, for any waves coming out since probably 2 years ago, you will be able to get those figures for quite a while.
Just go look on eBay right now for any figure from the Alithia wave or the Deluxe Legion Builders wave.
Yep.
And it's like,
totally,
it's a leveled playing field. Like, sure, it might be $55 or $65 or something for like a standard figure, but you're not talking about 100. And and it's like, we're min-maxing here. Like, this whole conversation is about like getting the best value that you possibly can. It's not about like you're screwed if you miss it. It's not like that.
If you guys are seeing any chats, I'm trying to keep up with them, and I know there's some conversation going on here, which is probably good, and we're probably missing some great points. So if you guys see anything, let me know. I just saw this because it was long. So if you think Cosmic is next, it might not show up until the summer. No way the Horsemen have no fresh shipments out for basically a year.
Between
so we're talking about between Alithia and Cosmic.
Well, there's things coming in. I mean, you're gonna have
Ice Troll.
Yeah,
we got the troll pack is going to be shipping probably in the next month. They said
Krampus.
So.
Red Krampus.
Red Krampus is coming out.
You got the game figures.
Mm-hmm.
So like the factories are, stuff's coming out of these factories, whether it's shipping directly from For Horsemen or from someone else, but like stuff is coming out of these factories.
Yep.
Stuff.
Yeah. We've got All Stars 5, but that's not coming for a while. Cosmic will be next.
Cosmic 1 is supposed to be Q1 still, right? Or did that change now?
Probably in the next few months. Yep.
I think
January, February.
Boxus will be right on its heels for sure. At least that's the last I saw.
Yeah, I think that's going to be like an Alithia thing where it's kind of coming along pretty quickly, and it does look like it's coming along pretty quickly. It's like once you start seeing some of those paint samples and stuff for that. And I gotta say, there was some no, those were prototypes. Sorry, those Cosmic Legions I was seeing the prototype or the paint samples.
Yeah,
not the Havalkatar Book 2, but that will be next year too. So again, like this year, it's probably going to be a steady stream starting about like early summer of stuff that you're going to start getting in hand, and actually, Cosmic in January, February. So we're going to have something pretty much every quarter, I think, coming out.
For sure. I think so too. Steph says
We're
in the golden era of Legion acquisition. Shows retailers are abundant.
Yeah, and again, like if you didn't go to LegionsCon, there was so much from Alithia available and from the reinforcements and stuff. And there's more. You know what I mean? There's more. They know. I'm not trying to make this a negative either, but they're producing more because it's growing. We can see it. We can see it happening physically in the form of seeing all the people at LegionsCon and the people that are joining up on the Cabal. And hell, we had 125 people here just talking about stuff. So
right.
It's growing. There's a growing community for this stuff, and they're not going to stop. They're not going to slow down that production or cut things down. So there's going to be plenty out there. Don't panic if you miss something. Again, the math is basically, it all comes down to the same thing we said from the beginning is if you can swing whatever you can swing in the pre-order, do it. If you can be strategic about it, because you can't really go all in right now, buy some stuff that you think other people are going to want more of, the Legion builders, the Templars, and trade that stuff for the basic figures later on so that you're not paying that retailer price later on for some of that stuff. So, wasn't there some video game figures or something?
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
We mentioned that,
I know that the Attila and Gorgo figures those are done. I believe they have those. I've seen those. They're
all sitting at the factory waiting for the.
They want to ship everything at once. They've got a lot of stuff to ship, and I don't blame them. They've got maps, they've got coins, they've got art books, they've got all sorts of stuff that they want to get out all at once. So they are waiting for the Elf and Orc Legion builder packs to come in, which from what the website says and from what they said, is they are on the way. They're finishing things up, and they should be shipping, I don't know, the next few months, I'm going to say, to be wide about it. So I'm going to guess that's going to be either end of Q1 or early Q2. I'm going to say probably more like Q2, early Q2, because the Four Horsemen are not shipping that. The game guys are shipping all that stuff. So that is, maybe not their forte. I don't know. Maybe they have somebody that's doing fulfillment for them or something.
I'm sure they have a party shipper doing that. Yeah.
It'll be done well. It's just it's going to take a little more time, and I'm okay with that. Again, you know what I mean. I can't wait for that Attila, but like I can wait. Thank you very much, man. I certainly wanted a letter in the face. Okay. Thanks, man. So I mean that's the bottom line. That's the math. It's not hard math. It's not trigonometry. It's get what you can get now because this is the cheapest price you'll ever be able to get them at. Period. But if you can't, be strategic about it. Get some things that those 2-packs, as much as I want to say now, I think people have kind of caught on after the first ones. Still, I think a lot of people underorder those things. So, like, if you've want to get something that you think you can swing 2 of, that you might be able to put up on eBay, again, for a little bit of a profit to kind of offset that retail cost. If you can't swing everything right away, that might be a strategy. Pick a couple of those.
And I think it was Nestor was asking, sorry, real quick, Bill, earlier, if he was a little confused on that. Yes, the 2-pack is you're getting the exact same figures. They're just packaged together. It's just kind of a unique collector's box with, maybe the unique art on it. And you are saving the $15 on it, but it is going to be the exact same 2 figures. There's nothing different about the figures as if
I can if for new people, let me just cancel this. Go ahead, Bill.
So like me personally, like I tend to order extras of things, and like I think I ordered an extra Poxus. I may even have ordered an extra horse, but I didn't order the 2-pack because like those are for me, and I just have a hard time like opening up the 2-pack. Like like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm wasting a thing. Well,
my strategy there is I order the individual ones and then I order a 2-pack for display. So this is what the 2-pack looks like for Aerith here. So I get that glare off it. It's like if you're a completist or a toy collector, like this is what you would have gotten, if this was on the shelves at Target. You know what I mean? Like there's no reason for it except that they go together. It's just a cool. They just do it as a cool package, and it's like, hey, this is kind of a unique thing, but it's a big box.
That may be the only Mythic Legions that you want to not open.
Yeah, right. But again, like people are like, when the Aerith one came out, like, oh, I didn't realize that. I thought
this is interesting. Did you hear this, Nate? I believe they said that this 2-pack will not be in the same box. Maybe I heard wrong. I don't remember hearing anything about that.
No, I didn't hear that.
I didn't either. Yeah.
I don't.
I hope they do them all the same, just for collectors who want a nice consistent force.
I'll clarify that. But boy, I hope so.
That's been
that would be disappointing because, like, I mean, that's kind of the reason to get them, to have that look, of like a
all 4
again, right?
Put them in the 4 corners of your room.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm kind of doing with those things, so I hope so. I mean, I display loose too, man, for the most part, but I just buy those 2-packs just because I just think they kind of look cool. So sorry.
Yeah, if I had the space, if I had the extra space, I would totally get those and display them, but I can't.
They do take up space, and it's not something you really want to just stick in a box somewhere in the corner and like hide, because they're cool looking. Of course, we will not forget, Greg. Dude, man, it's super popular. Like every show I'm watching on YouTube, like people are loving that thing, man. So
and we never really mentioned our favorites, right?
Oh yeah, let's go back to that because we didn't do that. So
mine's Ukzak.
There you go. It's hard not to say it is, but what do you got, Nate?
I honestly I can't answer. I don't have a favorite. There's just,
you got to pick one. You can only take one.
It might be Belulith, if I'm saying that right. Just because of everything that comes with. I mean, the figure by herself is incredible, but all the stuff she comes with, the 2 heads, it's amazing. I don't know, man, but there's so much stuff. Maximilian and all of the possibilities there.
I love everything about her. I love this. I love it all. It's great.
Turpiculi was amazing.
Turpiculi is probably my second favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, Greg, you're my favorite.
Turpiculi is high up.
Yeah.
Because that's the one that, if I were to, we always talk about what figure should people get for their first Mythic Legion. If I were to just hand somebody something that to experience what it's all about, just all the parts to just pop apart and put back in
man.
and just create
It's
this crazy
nuts.
beast thing. That's the one.
Yep.
But for me, when I think personally of like what I'm most excited to like crack out of the box, the first thing when I get my all in and just like experience something new, like Ukzak is going to be the newest thing because it's just this brand new
scale knight. Yeah.
It's just such a new thing for me.
And I love so much what Eric Treadaway said about that is think of it as a walking cathedral. That's just like such an amazing insight into his brain.
Chat, man, what's your favorite, man? I think we asked you this last week, but I know there wasn't as many people on, so
I mean, not only when you said about Jordan the pop and swap with the Tupiculi, this whole wave, the stuff that we were going to be able to do, it's going to change every wave we've gotten before it because of the stuff that you can go back and change up with all these bones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just that's another reason if you're thinking about getting extras, it's just to take pieces and parts and go back and create new shit with the previous waves. That's going to be insane.
I did not measure them. Necronominus is pretty much a standard size figure.
I thought it was a little bit taller.
None of the horsemen have been like any bigger than any other figure that has the same sort of feet or body types or anything like that, except for the crown that he has on is obviously puts him over the top of other people, of other figures. But if you weren't to have that on his head, I think he'd be standard size. Now the Tupiculi is an interesting thing. I felt when I was looking at it, and I didn't have time to really measure it up, but I felt that it stands a little bit taller. I would say maybe a half an inch taller than some of the other figures. But it's hard to say. He's got so many wacky parts to him.
Yeah, it's got the dwarf femurs.
The way you stand him can determine. I mean, this is pretty much straight up and down. And I don't, the size of the head, the horns, it's very hard to tell. Probably from the toe to the top of the head, it's not that much bigger than, an average, like that skeleton figure. If you were to put the skeleton figure next to it, it might just come up a little short of the top of the head of this one, just because of the sheer size of the head. Even though it's got sort of the dwarf legs, it's still pretty tall. I don't know. It's hard to say.
We're getting a lot of different answers too about favorites. I mean, it's all across the board. There doesn't seem to be a runaway favorite that I've seen so far.
No, it's very hard to pick. It's very hard to pick a favorite. I mean, there's a lot of people who are into knights, who just don't like skellies, and vice versa. And then from the skellies, like, what do you pick, man? Like, there's so many cool skeletons. I mean, they're all different too, and there's all different ways. I mean, I think, judging by the community outside of like Mythic Legions, I've got to say the Maxilius the Harvester is probably one of the most popular ones, because people are just looking at that as like, hey, I can use that for Lady Death. I can use it as a regular skeleton. I can use it as whatever. So it's a very versatile figure.
It's cool how they basically are giving us a figure obscura as an alternate look on that figure, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, they easily could have done a Grim Reaper as a figure obscura, but this looks great. I love this thing.
Steph's in the bone zone with the Harvester.
That's it.
I'm seeing a lot of Gideons, and he's up there for me.
Yeah, gotta agree. I love Gideon.
So sick.
I was really psyched to see this. He's one of the ones that I don't have, although I might have him coming. Curtis, we'll talk later. But yeah, he's gorgeous, man. This figure looks so sick in person, man. It just looks so good. Oh my god! And the soft goods and the detail with the cross bands and stuff like that. The one that supposedly holds the shoulder pad on, and the other one. There's just they're getting crazy. It's really in a good way.
Yeah,
the head sculpt's amazing.
I really think ever since I got Baron Voligar 2 in hand, I've been much more pumped up for the version 2s that have just like, because usually like I'm all about the customizable, the swappables, and like those aren't exactly the best thing for swaps because they're a lot of the armor is very specific to those guys, right? It's a very like all encompassed look. But just once I got Baron 2 in hand, it's so next level. Like these 2.0 characters are just taking it to a new place.
For sure.
Oh yeah. I love the multiple heads. Definitely want to see down the line some expression packs for, you know, some of the lead characters. I would love that. Or even just like, now we're getting, you know, I don't think everything's going to go this way because it won't really necessarily work out with every character, but the faceplates are a great opportunity for them to do, you know, just a yelling Templar, you know, somebody a charging face or something like that. Not to mention, you know, hello third-party people who are going to be able to pop these things in, and come up with that stuff. It's going to be great. Yeah, killer wave, man. It's a killer wave. We're almost at 2 hours here, so I think we're going to wrap this thing up.
Yeah, I'm fading.
Yeah, me too. So's my voice, and so's your voice. We'll do a couple calendars next week. Congratulations to Luis. Lewis, sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Let me know. Get this out to you. Thanks everybody for jumping on, man. 125 people at one point. That was fantastic. Hope you all hit the like. Listen, leave a comment, man, later on. Like, what's your favorite? What's your strategy for buying in this to this wave? If you're going all in, if you're going to wait on a few, if you are, which ones are you going to pick up? Or just, you know, say hi because we like that too. If you're watching the replay,
it helps. It helps a lot, even if people just jump down and make a comment in the comment section after. It can help because you keep these up. Like these aren't switched over to unlisted, right?
Nope. Just put up great show. We had a great time. Whatever. Yeah, definitely for sure. Yeah, and you know, like I said, hit that like, and we'll see you next time, guys. Bill, have you got another show coming up this week?
I don't think. I think our next show may, unless I just like do an impromptu casual thing this Thursday. Our next show is probably going to be after Thanksgiving. Just the way
you just had your big 200 episode.
Yeah, congrats again, man.
If you missed it last Thursday, go watch that. Leave a comment there because that helps. That was great. All right, and look for that. If you're not subscribed, you're all subscribed. I know you are. But if you're watching the replay and you don't know what the hell's going on, you know, this is the Dork Lair.
Expect a lot of shorts over the next couple of weeks from me because, like, I'm very busy, and I don't know how much like live streams or like long form reviews I'm going to be doing in the next 2 weeks or so. Thanksgiving is going to be busy.
Yeah, Nate, got anything coming up? Shot wise?
Oh man, nothing off the top of my head, but I haven't shot in a while.
Are you shooting Death Dealer? Or?
I'm itching to do that among all the pickups, and I got a long line of stuff. I can't wait to get in front of the camera, so we'll see. But yeah, I've been super busy too.
All right, yeah, and one more time, just going to do the little self plug. Calendars are up on Etsy. It's just search for 1/6 Shooter for seller. It's also up in the Cabal. I think he pinned it. If not, you know, DM me and we'll work that out. But they're going quick. 50 left. We also have Legions Lounge t-shirts up there, and I'll throw a coaster in with every one of those, and you know, some prints and stuff there too if you're looking for gifts. Thanks everybody, really appreciate it. We will see you probably in a couple weeks.
Thanks everybody. Later.
See you guys.
Cheers.